He's dealt with suicide, contemplating suicide, that much away from doing it. The boozing, the bloating up, 11 stone overweight, the drugs and everything else. He's dealt with all these things. Tyson's a very philosophical guy. He's bipolar. I mean, I'm not telling stories out of school. That's what it is.
Frank Warren talks about Tyson Fury's bipolar disorder and the struggles he deals with outside boxing. Tyson Fury mentioned he's completely focused on boxing and hasn't talked to his wife or kids for over 3 months. He seems to be getting more intense about his training, saying he's enjoying it more than ever, while he knows others don't need to distance themselves from family during training.
I am deeply in love. It's one of the things. I've been away for months on end. I've not even spoken to my wife in over 3 months now. Not one word. Because I'm enjoying myself in my training camp, and I don't want to go from being a husband and a dad to a beast. I want to stay in beast mode. It doesn't have to be like that, no, but I've chose that route for this fight.
Tyson Fury stated that he would easily knock out Oleksandr Usyk, claiming Usyk has no power and isn't anything like Alexander the Great.
I'm here to win, for knockout, no difficulty, no, easy, easy work, really.
Alexander.
He ain't no Alexander, I'm Alexander.
How do you prepare for this fight?
Grew a beard. I'm like Samson now, grew a beard, straps.
Oleksandr Usyk didn't react to Fury's insults and simply responded to why he won the first fight.
Why did you win the first fight?
Because.
Just because.
Eddie Hearn said Usyk is a smart boxer. He reads his opponent fast and adjusts right away.
He's an unbelievable downloader of data in the ring at that moment. See, a lot of fighters will go away, watch tape, study, and then put a game plan together. He does it on the spot. Yeah. He adapts so well during a fight. And also,
Eddie Hearn said the fight will be decided in the second half when Usyk wears his opponent out.
This fight, again, unless something crazy happens, will all be about the second half of the fight. If you look at Usyk's fights, he comes on like a train. Yeah. Even going back to the Bellew fight, Bellew was winning that fight through 7 rounds. But he just exhausts you with his feet. He's always got you thinking. You're in there, you're like, I'm with Usyk. What's he doing? Why is he doing that? What? And it just drains you. And that's what happened in the first Fury fight. I thought Fury was up after 6. Not everybody did, but I thought he was looking good.
Frank Warren says Tyson Fury faced tough stuff like mental health, weight gain, and substance issues, but managed to get through it with his family's help and his own determination.
Tyson's a very philosophical guy. He's bipolar. I mean, I'm not telling stories out of school. That's what it is. And that's a horrible thing to have, because at the end of the day, you don't know some days where you're going to be. It's what it is, it is what it says. You've got to buy mind. You're up and you're down. And boxing has been, and he says it himself again, that's been his saviour. And what's got him through is, I'm training in the gym and whatever, and he can get down. He could be a little bit down. He loves his training, but he has to have a purpose to the training. And what I feel, and I like it.
Warren highlights that Tyson Fury is completely focused on this fight, treating it as his purpose and a chance to redeem himself after the loss to Usyk. He's determined to prove himself and isn't letting anything distract him.
He's in a... I've never seen him in this frame of mind, to be quite honest. The frame of mind that he's in suggests to me that that's all that matters. And if that matters, and he comes through it, then he's achieved and he's dealt with what was a big problem for him. And remember, he's dealt with things much tougher than this. He's dealt with suicide, contemplating suicide, that much away from doing it. The boozing, the bloating up, 11 stone overweight, the drugs and everything else. He's dealt with all these things. And that's him who's dealt with it. He's had support of his family. He's dealt with that.
Joe Gallagher says Usyk has more wear on his body from fighting in the cruiserweight division and moving up to heavyweight when he's faced tough guys like Joshua and Fury, and that's taken a toll. Tyson Fury has the advantage with his size, experience, and ability to handle the heavyweight grind. Joe thinks Fury can take advantage of Usyk's physical wear.
Oldest heavyweight out of them all. It's not Tyson. Usyk's holding Tyson. Usyk has fought at cruiserweight against good kids, and then he's had to put weight on his body and go up fighting bigger and heavier men. So when he's getting hit by Joshua or Daniel Dubois or Tyson Fury, there's mileage added to him a little bit as well. I think he hides his emotions well in a fight, Usyk. He nullifies people's work with his feet. But in the cruiserweight, in the World Boxing Super Series, and you've got to remember he's even an amateur who was having wars with BTBF. So you've got to start looking, you start thinking, oh, there is miles on the clock there. And sooner or later, this could be the fight where Usyk does crack. If Tyson, he admitted afterwards, he got hurt by an uppercut in the first fight. And he was praying, please, Jesus, look after him. Yeah, when you ask him this week, did you get hurt? He said no.
Shane Fury kept it real about the fight. For him, boxing's just about winning or losing. Losing sucks, but it's part of the game. He thought the last fight was close, but gave the edge to the other guy that night. Still, he wasn't too bothered. With a rematch coming up, there's a chance to fix it.
Listen, it's boxing, isn't it? You win and you lose. It's not that good when you do lose, but you know, I've watched the fight, not there. Could have went either way. For me, watching it, I thought he won on the night, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Listen, he's got the rematch, and he can try and set it right. And if he loses again, the best man won. Simple. There's not much to it.
Andy Lee says the lack of good sparring before the first Usyk fight hurt Fury's performance. He mentioned Fury got a cut above his right eye, which led to the fight being rescheduled. That injury messed up his training and could explain why he struggled.
But fights are, you know, they're won and lost in the ring, but they're also won and lost in the training and the preparation. And because of the rearranged, rescheduled fight, due to a cut, Tyson couldn't spar in the camp.
Johnny Nelson thinks Usyk knows how to beat Fury by studying his energy, strengths, and weaknesses. Usyk gets a mental boost from noticing when Fury is out of shape or distracted, showing he hasn't always been disciplined. Nelson says Usyk will go into the fight confident, knowing his prep and mindset are better off in person.
Yeah, Usyk has a blueprint to beating Tyson Fury. He knows his energy levels, he knows his strengths, he knows his weaknesses. He'll look at Tyson Fury and he'll see when Tyson's falling out of a bar, and that'll give him confidence to think this guy doesn't live the life. You know, so mentally, he thinks, I've got you once and I do everything right. Usyk lives the life. I just think for Usyk, he's going to go in there supremely confident. He knows it's a tough fight, but you've got to remember the fight.
Campbell Hatton shared his thoughts on the rematch, favoring Usyk again because it's hard to bet against him. He pointed out Usyk's ability to adapt and find ways to win, but said he wouldn't be shocked if Fury pulled off a comeback. Hatton still believes Usyk has the edge, acknowledging that Fury is a top-level fighter.
I'm leaning towards Usyk again. It just seems hard to bet against him, to be honest. He just always seems to find a way, like really good at adapting, and I think I wouldn't be shocked if Fury turned it round at all. Like he's a top fighter, he's there for a reason, but I just think he seems to find a way, Usyk.
Tyson Fury stated his goal is to win by knockout, calling it easy work, and Oleksandr Usyk knows who he is. He thanked his fans, wished everyone the best, and directed a message to the Saudi audience before the fight.
What's your message to your fans for Saudi?
See you all Saturday night.
Thank you so much.
Oleksandr Usyk expressed confidence about the rematch, saying his main focus is on winning on December 21st.
Nothing. I just prepare. Listen. I don't know. I win. I just win.
Do you believe that you can stop Tyson Fury this time around?
I believe. Yes, I believe.
Roy Jones Jr. thinks Fury can adjust like he did with Wilder. He says Fury's ability to change tactics will be important against Usyk's style, but he also warns that Usyk's skill and momentum could make it harder for Fury.
In this fight, are you expecting? Yeah, I'm expecting Fury to go and make some changes, make some adjustments, and do some different things, because Fury is smart and a good boxer and knows how to come back and redo things. So I think he'll come back with a different game plan. And I expect to see him do a little bit better this time. But at the same time, I feel like Usyk left the fight with the momentum. And I think it's going to be very hard for Fury now to get that momentum back.
Blair Cobb shared his thoughts on the Usyk versus Fury rematch, saying he thinks Usyk will likely win again due to his speed and agility, which he feels are too much for someone as big as Fury. Cobbs hopes Fury can make it more competitive, setting up the possibility for a third fight. Either way, he's happy with the outcome, as Usyk winning would solidify his status as the undisputed heavyweight champion and prove he's unbeatable in the division.
My expectations is that Usyk is going to find a way to win again. I'm hoping that Tyson Fury somehow finds a way to make the fight more challenging. If so, we might be able to see a third trilogy. Either way, I'm happy. Usyk's agility and speed is just a little bit too much for this giant man named Tyson Fury. At that point, Usyk is undisputed and cannot be beat at the heavyweight division.
Sylvester Stallone called the rematch an exciting fight between two unique fighters. He described Fury as a big guy with smooth, powerful movements, and Usyk as smart and tough. Stallone sees it as strength versus skill and thinks it's about proving who's the best, not just winning a belt. He predicts Fury will win this time.
The Fury-Usyk rematch is going to be electric. Fury, the towering titan with moves like a heavyweight ballet. Then Usyk, the relentless tactician, sharp as a scalpel. It's brains versus brawn, heart versus guts, a clash of wills. Fury's power meets Usyk's precision like two storms colliding. They've danced this dance before, but this time it's not about belts, it's about legacy, about proving who's the ultimate warrior. They'll go toe-to-toe, punch for punch, but I predict Fury wins this time out.
David Benavidez thinks Usyk would still win against Fury, but it'd be a closer fight this time.
If Tyson Fury remains focused, I don't think he wins, but I think Usyk still beats him. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a more competitive fight. I think the only reason why Usyk, Usyk, he has to just keep doing his game plan, boxing, cutting the angles, and, looking for that overhand left. You know what I mean? I think if Tyson Fury stays more disciplined and doesn't fool around, it might be a closer fight, but I still got Usyk 100%.
Benavidez says Usyk's heart makes him great. He's not much bigger or super muscular, but his movement, skill, IQ, and experience set him apart. Usyk fought top fighters and gained a lot of knowledge, giving him an edge.
One thing that makes Usyk the best fighter in the world, in my opinion, is his heart. He's in there with giant, bro. Usyk is not even that much bigger than me. He's like this much bigger than me. He's not buff. He's not none of that. But his movement, his skill, his IQ, you know what I mean? That just sets him apart for some, and his experience. I think he has like 2 gold medals or something like that. You know what I mean? And he's fought the best. He's fought heavy hitters. He's fought everything. So his experience and his IQ and his heart just sets him apart from everybody.
Carl Frampton believes Tyson Fury lost the last fight because he was too playful and not aggressive enough. He thinks Fury needs to be more aggressive in the rematch, but admits anything could happen. Frampton acknowledged Usyk's skill, but ultimately predicted Fury would win this time.
What a fight. Great fight, but I think Big Tyson threw it away the last time, too much messing about and not being aggressive enough. If he's a bit more aggressive, I fancy him, but nothing would surprise me. I love Usyk, quality fighter, but I just think Tyson gets it right.
Dillian White thinks the fight is a great matchup, but a tough one to predict. He pointed out that both Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk can make adjustments during the fight, making it even more unpredictable. White called it a challenging fight for both, stressing how hard it is to know how it will play out.
It's next week, yeah. I just think it's a great fight, man, but it's a very hard fight for me to. I keep trying to think, how's this fight gonna go? Okay, Fury can make adjustment, but Usyk also can make adjustment. It's a tough fight, man. It's a very, very tough.
Oleksandr Usyk says he learned a lot from the 12 rounds with Fury, but doesn't want to go into details. He mentions his coach learned a lot too, and they're focused on preparing for the next fight. The coach talks to him about what to expect.
Rounds with Tyson last time. What did you learn about Tyson Fury in the last fight?
A lot of, but I not talk to you now because maybe Tyson watches your interview. Oh, what does he have? My coach learned a lot of, talked to me with my prepare what I will do 21st December.
Usyk doesn't feel extra pressure for the Fury fight. He's just focused on boxing and not worrying about anything else.
Fury, you defeated him last time out. Do you believe that there's more pressure on you this time around?
No, I not feel pressure for me. I'm now feel pressure for you. Just for boxing. No, I'm good.
Alex Krassyuk said Usyk's move to heavyweight was helped by science, but wasn't easy. His training is tough and needs a lot of energy, like any top athlete.
You are completely right. But it's not something special. If you have science behind this, you can do it easily. Well, not easily. It means fast. It's not easy because the way he trains and the energy he spends is something you cannot compare with probably any athlete in the world, the work he does. But the result he gets is corresponding. I mean, if you work hard, you play hard.
Robert Garcia said the first Fury versus Usyk fight was close, and the rematch could be just as good or better. He calls it a 50-50 fight. Usyk won, but it wasn't easy. If Fury comes in sharper or changes his approach, he could win. Garcia thinks this could lead to a trilogy with Joshua later.
About the rematch. The first fight was so good that the rematch is going to be as good or even better. I think it's a 50-50 fight. You know, even though Usyk pulled it off, it was still very tough for him. He had, it was an easy fight. So I think the rematch, if Tyson comes out maybe a little bit more better prepared or maybe a little different game plan, he might even pull it off. So it's a fight that I wouldn't be surprised if we see three fights.
Tyson Fury says he's not worried about the opponent or the challenges. To him, it's just another fight, nothing special. He's calm and confident, treating it like any other day in the ring.
Said I'm wrecking balling. Okay. That was a while too. That was a long time ago, wrecking ball. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did last time, but better, and win this time.
Fury says he's focused on the fight, not the media or hype. He's put in the work, but it's all about his mindset. He performs best under pressure and trusts his training. He doesn't let distractions affect him.
Proven veteran, world champion. He won this fight last time. Let's not make any mistakes by 1 point. A round, innit? So, if one of them other rounds I'd have got it, one of the rounds from 1 to 12, if some of the scorecards would have been identical on the rounds that I'd won and lost, then it'd have been a draw. Do you know what I mean? If I'd have got another round on any of the cards, I didn't get 10-8 and I won it. But if woulda, shoulda, coulda, it doesn't mean shit. So yeah, it's nothing like a Klitschko fight when they thought I was just going to get blown away. You know what I mean? You don't, he didn't go in there and class me. He won by 1 point. Debatably by 1 point as well. So yeah.
Were you fit enough in the first fight?
Listen, I never make excuses. The man's got his victory, fair play to him. But I'm looking forward to Saturday night to fucking him up.
Fury talks about how he's not stressed or overthinking the fight. He's been in big situations before and knows how to handle them. He's not worried about anything except getting in the ring and doing what he's trained for.
Surprised yourself last time with how easily you were landing on him. That's what you were saying, right?
Yeah. Yep, I was landing at will, basically.
Do you think he could surprise you?
Listen, everyone can be better. As we've seen, I've been better loads of times in fights than I was the first time around, so never underestimate anybody's ability to improve. They said I couldn't improve at all years ago, but I improved, got my boxing together and went in there and boxed all these people up, and then they said I couldn't come forward, and me and Sugar Hill got together and I become a destructive punch, start knocking everyone out, and they'll say again, Usyk can't improve, but everyone can improve if they want to.
Lennox Lewis is pumped for the Usyk versus Fury rematch, calling it an absolute banger. He was asked about his own fight with Evander Holyfield and compared it to Usyk Fury. Lewis said the main difference was that one guy was serious while the other wasn't, and he feels Fury lost because he was too busy clowning around.
Be a banger. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a serious fight. After the first fight, I actually went and watched my Evander Holyfield fight, and I was like, what's different about our fight compared to Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk? And let me tell you the difference. The difference is one guy was more serious than the other guy. you could say Tyson Fury lost that fight and Usyk won it.
Moses Atauma thinks Tyson Fury will beat Oleksandr Usyk by points in their rematch. He believes Tyson's skills, experience, and strategy will be enough to get the win on decision.
Did with him the rounds you saw him have with others. He's got everything to win this rematch and turn it over this Saturday.
He does, of course he does. Even if he doesn't, he's still an heavyweight, which can end the fight with one punch, which is I wouldn't say the bad thing about this side of sport, but you know, it happens.
Mike Tyson is excited for the Usyk versus Fury fight and thinks Fury will win. He feels Fury's size and power will wear Usyk down, especially his ability to close the gap and land big shots.
What do you think about Usyk versus Tyson Fury this fight?
I'm gonna look forward to that fight. That's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just gonna overpower him. He's gonna catch up with him and overpower him. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
Spencer Oliver believes Tyson Fury can change things in the rematch. He recognizes Fury's boxing IQ, but thinks he may have underestimated Usyk, not just in skills, but in strength. Oliver noted that Usyk went straight at Fury, catching him off guard and forcing him to take 4 or 5 rounds to adjust, which likely cost him the fight. Despite that, Oliver thinks Fury has the skills to win the rematch.
In your opinion, can he turn the tide?
Yeah, of course he can. He's got the ability, he's got the attributes to be able to do that. You know, he's got the boxing IQ. I think that he maybe underestimated Oleksandr Usyk and his strength, actually. And you know, not just his boxing ability, but Usyk took the fight straight to him, and I think that took Fury by surprise. It took him 4 or 5 rounds to get into the fight, and that probably cost him the fight. He's got the ability to be able to do it.
David Adelaide said he sparred with Tyson Fury before the Wilder rematch and expects Fury to get a big stoppage in the Usyk fight. He thinks Fury should use the same strategy as the Wilder fight, take control and dominate Usyk.
Impose himself a bit more. You know, you watched the fight against Wilder in the rematch when he imposed himself. I remember I was sparring Fury for that fight, and he said, "Yeah, I'm putting on Wilder this fight." And everyone was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm putting on Wilder." That was for the rematch. Right. Like, I'm just gonna bring it to him. And he went out there and did exactly that. So I thought he was gonna kind of have the same sort of game plan going against Usyk.
Richard Torres thinks the rematch is interesting. He said Usyk dominated the first fight, but praised Fury's resilience. Torres believes Usyk has a clearer path to improve, but Fury's adaptability and strength could give him a chance if he uses those traits.
Like, Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. You know, there was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from an early age, and I've tried to mimic some of Usyk's style, so I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more.
Manny Pacquiao told Fury his distractions and antics in the first fight might have cost him. He advised Fury to stay focused, sharp, and in top shape to get the heavyweight title back with no distractions.
What does Fury need to do if he's going to be successful the next time out?
He needs to be in shape, first of all. If in shape, then I think it's easier for him, and then second is I saw that fight, his last fight. On that fight, he's not really 100% focused to the fight. Like, he has a lot of, distraction.
Boxing analyst Adam Smith calls Usyk a legend for his wins over Chisora, Joshua, and possibly Fury again. He also questions Fury's form after his recent fights with Usyk and Ngannou. Smith says the next fight will be important.
In the time I had in camp, he just is relentless, and he enjoys it, and it's part of his DNA. He plays football, he swims, he juggles, he's just a one-off, he really is. But he's a smaller man. It's amazing what he's done, what he's achieved to beat Chisora, to beat Joshua twice, to beat Fury, to beat Dubois. It's incredible. Can he do it again? If he does it, he cements his legacy forever.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next one.